did this get cut off? All right, let's send this to print again. All right. Hello, hello, hello. Ooh, come on. Let's see. Hello, everyone. As you guys come in, drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know who is watching. Hello, hello, hello. Chime in, guys. Give the video a thumbs up. I should be home right now watching the Dolphins, but I was super excited. I was too excited to like press this tumbler. I want to drink from this tumbler tonight as I'm eating dinner. So I am like on. I'm supposed to be home, but I could not wait. So I was like, okay, let's go live and make this tumbler. I'm super excited. I want to drink from this tumbler tonight. Hold on. It like messed up. So I don't know what happened to my phone. So I'm going to go through my technique once again of how I make tumblers. Guys, share, 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 share. If you're watching over on Facebook, if you're in the Facebook group, you have to click on the video to share it out, but please share out the video. We're going to go through my wrapping technique once again. I was going to wait till tomorrow, but I really want to drink from this tumbler tonight. I did a video designing, well, not of course everything else, but just the base part of it, which is why I was trying to get it to print out, but just the base part. There is a video on our YouTube, Silaholics Anonymous, that basically shows you exactly how to make that Insulet video for free and create your own custom pencil template or wrap. And then, of course, I had to add a little some, our peacock, Chicky the Professor, the logo for the school, all that kind of good jazz. So I'm super excited about making it. So drop a hey, how you doing? I want to know who's watching. Say hello, hello. That helps the algorithm. Everybody tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in. Drop a comment. Say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Give the video a like. And share, 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 share. We are going to make this in an oven. I do not use a press. I make mine in the oven. All right. Had to go over there to the computer. Hello, hello, hello. City girl from a country world. Period. All right, all right, all right. Run the likes up, guys. Comment, share it out. Thank you so much for those who have shared. Want to get a few people on before I get started, and I gotta hurry up because I'm trying to get home for the third quarter. I'm gonna probably still be late because it's gonna take a little minute for it to. I definitely don't want to like miss the entire like rest of the game. The first half is just about over with. So, anywho, all right. So if you did not catch it, we gonna get off the printer because this one printed off incorrectly. There is a video on Silaholics Anonymous' YouTube channel on how to create this part. So without all the extras. So how to make it where it's just solid colors or to be able to add glitter to it. That video just dropped at 8:30. So definitely go over there and watch that video. You can make your own pencil tumbler template in Silhouette Studio for free. Is a tumbler one of your regular tumblers or is it a glitter tumbler? I'm going to put this on a regular tumbler. It's just a glitter pattern. Good question. So a regular tumbler is just a glitter pattern. Okay. All right. So let's get going. What we're going to need for this wrapping method. You are going to need, of course, your print, preferably, honestly speaking, sublimation paper. You're going to need cutting utensils. All right. So you're going to need scissors no matter what. And then you can use either a rotary blade or a straight blade for how I like to, or you can just use scissors. But to be accurate, I like to use a blade and a straight ruler, but you can do everything with scissors. So you will need cutting utensils. You will need a cutting mat. Self-healing, you can use like an old Cricut mat. You just want something, of course, you're not messing up your work surface. You can cut on cardboard, foam board, whatever, just that you're protecting your work surface. You're going to need a squeegee. You're going to need cheap painter's tape. So this is just Dollar Tree painter's tape, okay? You're going to need 1 inch heat tape. 1 inch heat tape. You're also going to need 2-inch heat tape, which both of these can be found on our website. Link is in the description. So 1-inch heat tape, 2-inch heat tape, and a ruler, okay? And a microfiber towel to wipe down your tumblers. I don't use alcohol or anything like that. Hi, Catherine. How you doing, best friend? I don't use alcohol or anything like that. So I just use a microfiber towel. You can use alcohol if you want. If you're going to use alcohol, use one that has a high percentage, like maybe like 90. Don't use the ones that's like 50 because that has more water content to it. You want something that's going to really, really dry up without leaving any streaks, okay? So once again, the supplies, ruler, squeegee. You can use like a Cricut one, you can use like a credit card, your fingernail, 2-inch heat tape, 1-inch heat tape, painter's tape, cutting utensils, cutting mat, and your print. And of course, a sub-ready tumbler. It must be a sublimation ready tumbler. Is there anyone who currently uses my technique for wrapping your tumblers, using the same heat tapes and the painter's tape? Or have you at least incorporated the painter's tape and have you seen a difference in your tumblers if you weren't having great results before and you incorporated the painter's tape? All right, the way my phone is positioned, because I had to do it from my phone because I can't do it from my computer with like the camera and stuff. So the way it's positioned, I can't see comments. So I'm going to ask now. Once I'm in front of it, I'm just going to be talking. Then I'm going to have to come back to see any questions. Any questions, any comments, any concerns before I get started? Because once I move back over here, I'm not going to see your comments. Wait, you did a reel using the technique? Please tag me or send me the link, please, so I can show some love. Any questions? I know it's a little bit of a delay sometimes, so I'm going to give it a little minute for you guys to, I've incorporated the painter's tape, okay? I have not tried it yet. Make sure you at least give it a try at least once. The painter's tape, Dollar Tree, $1.25. So it's a small investment, kind of just add to the method that you're already using. If you are watching this video from a shared video to, especially to a group, make sure that you click on the video to leave a comment. If you're watching live, if you're watching the playback of it, I'll see the comments no matter where you post them at. All right, no questions? All right, we're gonna get into this, all right? So first thing that we want to do is trim this down. I am using tumblers from Johnson's Plastics Plus. If you would like to order supplies or blanks and tumblers, they're amazing tumblers. If you would like to order them, you can use our code 9PKD6. It will get you 15% off, okay? So Johnson's Plastics Plus or jpplus.com. 9PKD6 gets you 15% off. So with these particular tumblers, they are 8 inches in height and 9.25 when you measure around it. Therefore, my template is 9.35 by 8.15. I add 0.1 or 0.5 to it to give myself a little bit extra. So on the height, I add 0.15, so I have a little bit of overlap on the top and bottom. For the width, I just want a little bit of overlap, so I just add 0.1 to it so that the actual print, not just the paper right here, the actual print will overlap. That is how you avoid having a white line on your seam, okay? All right. Another thing that you can do, if you are worried about like it maybe not lining up, put your paper down on a cutting mat, put a ruler on it, make sure it's right to the edge so that it's nice and straight. Our paper doesn't bleed through, so I can use this. And then you can put a mark on the back of your print. Just make sure that your ruler completely lines up with the bottom and it's square. If you don't do that, it could potentially still be off, like your lines could be off, okay? So, this is the side that I actually needed to go up further on. I thought it was this side. So we're gonna do this again. Or if your mat is big enough, you can just put your ruler on one number and then you'll see it on the other side. So. Just so that I can see it once I cut it. I don't normally do this. This to me is just an extra step, but for some people, they will need that. So we're just gonna go like that. Okay, yeah, that goes into it. Okay, so I'm going to take my ruler. It's best to use a pencil. Don't use a it's best. Our paper doesn't bleed. If you're going to use a different paper, it's best to use a pencil. So I'm going to take my ruler and I want to put it down on my mat, and I want it to be where I'm cutting into the design just a little bit. You do not want to try and cut right in between the color and the white. You want to actually cut into the color. Remember, we made it a little bit bigger, so you have a little bit of a wiggle room. You don't want to cut off a lot, just a little bit. Just make sure that you can see color on the other side of your tumbler. I like to use my rotary blade. Okay. I had to make sure I saw color. So we do want to have color. Come on. See, you can see some of the design. That is how we ensure that there is no white left, because that will show up. All right. Now that I have this cut down, this is what I open my tumblers. I don't take my tumblers out of the bag or out of the box. This one doesn't have the bubble wrap, so I don't have anything to wipe down to make sure I don't have like little marks on it. I love the fact that it comes with a regular sleek bag. Okay, just gonna take it off. I'll check it to see if there's anything on it. We're gonna hold this and we're gonna put our tumbler almost like we're filling a taco. Okay. Then you're going to put the side that you cut onto your tumbler. And then you're going to line it up. I don't cut my top and bottom because that helps me align my paper and make sure that everything is going to line up perfectly. So I don't cut the top and bottoms. I cut that after the fact. All right. So we just want to squeeze that in. I hold it in my hand. I'm just going to check it. So I am a little bit off. And I actually should have come a little bit further with my line. I told you, I don't really use that one all the time. I probably should have put the lines on there after I cut it. I don't normally do the lines, but I was just saying that that is something that you can do. I just go off of the top and bottoms of my tumbler. And then I also just check the design, which this is off a little bit. Come on now, stop playing. Okay, so there it is. It's lined up, top and bottom. Okay. I'm going to put a piece, and that's why having a tape dispenser is great. If you don't have a tape dispenser, pre-cut your strips of tape. We're going to take a piece of tape and put it right in the middle. You're going to put it on the flap side, and you're going to push down with your thumb and pull it over to the other side and smooth it down. That's going to secure that. We know that it's not going to shift. It's going to stay, the way that we put it. I'm going to push that down some. I'm just checking the top, making sure that part of the design lines up. It does. So I want to have just a little bit of overlap on the bottom so that it curves around the edge. And then, of course, you have a little bit at the top. So it's just going to be an even amount of ink on the top and bottom. Okay. Once you have that and you've moved it, we want to put a piece. It doesn't matter if you put it at the top first or at the bottom. We just want to make sure that it's evenly distributed. Okay. So we're going to go to one of the sides first. So one of the ends. On this one, I'm going to do the top. Same technique. Put it on this side. And this is why I like to use the thicker tape. It's almost like a little tab. Okay. And you can pull it to help pull your paper together. Then you want to put a piece in between those tapes. So you will end up with 5 pieces of tape, of 1-inch tape. All right. You can go over this with a squeegee if you would like, or you can wait till you put the blue tape. I personally like to take my hand and go around the top and bottom, kind of create that crease and make sure that it's nice and smooth. Same thing down here. Okay, that's going to help me when I'm lining up my tape. I'm going to take my tumbler, put it here, take my painter's tape, kind of get it where it's centered over the seam. You don't want to go too high up to where it curves inside the cup or underneath the cup. So I'm going to cut this off before it reaches the curve. Oh, well. There we go. Okay. And now we want to squeegee. You want to burnish this down. Give it some pressure to make sure you are sealing at that seam. I don't know if I like this tape. I feel like it's buckling, like right here. The rest of them are good. Right here is kind of buckling. So because I see that, I'm gonna be a little bit more cautious, right? Extra precaution. I'm just gonna put a piece, and I'm just gonna pull it to make sure that that does not open up, and I don't get any air gaps. Okay. You just want to pay attention to how your paper is moving. Now I want to put it on the top and bottom. You want to follow the direction that the paper is going. So it's folding over from this way to this way. So my tape, I'm going to start on this side and pull it this way. So I like to, like off of my edge, I'm going to kind of make sure that it's going to go straight. And then I'm going to put it down on the opposite side of the seam, pull it over the seam, and then just wrap the rest. Same thing to this top part. Gonna kind of line it up, put it down on the other side of the seam, pull it tightly over the seam, and then wrap it. Okay, now I'm going to cut this. I cut before the color. I do not cut into my color. I do not cut into the color. All right. Oh, and then we're going to also cut down this side. I'm like, why is it so much paper up there? So I'm going to also cut down this side. This one doesn't matter if you cut into the design because you're not going to, like, that's not going to transfer anyway because it's going inside the tumbler. But this is going to transfer, and we want to keep it as a nice line around it, okay? Welcome in to everybody who has joined the live. This is the professor's tumbler wrapping technique you can do this for any tumbler, but this is a 20-ounce tumbler. This is a design that I created in Sweat Studio. If you'd like to see the video on how to create a pencil template, like for yourself, your own version of it. You can make it any colors that you want. The video has been posted to our YouTube channel, Silaholics Anonymous. So go check that out. As you guys come in, check in, guys. Let me know who's watching. I see the numbers have definitely jumped since we first started. So let me know who is watching now. Drop a hey, how you doing? Let me know where you are watching from. Let me know if you use painter's tape in your tumblers. Also, let me know if you are struggling with tumblers and not getting great results. If your seams are not great. If you feel like black tumblers are kryptonite. I'm not going to say the non-God, but if it is kryptonite to you, let me know in the comments, okay? All right, so this may seem long because I'm talking through it and I'm teaching it, but it goes so fast. That's why I printed out these. Of course, I didn't need another with my name on it. For somebody else, I'll just add a name in vinyl. But I'm going to show that one in real time as far as wrapping it. So we have this. we want to take our 2-inch tape, because we can't put this tape, it can't touch the inside of the tumbler or the bottom because it will leave a sticky residue. So we use the heat tape to seal this off. If you are going to use a tumbler press, you can stop right here. You can stop right here and then put it in your tumbler press. Okay? But because I'm going to use an oven, we're going to use that right there. Because we're going to use an oven, I need to seal off my edges, okay? Uh-oh. So we're going to come back around to here. We're going to take our tape, put it over the top edge, half of it, so 1 inch on the tumbler, 1 inch off, because it's the 2-inch tape. Doesn't have to be like exact, but you just want some on the tumbler and some not on the tumbler. Okay. Then we want to push up and in, going all the way around. All right. Once you have that, we're going to flip it over and repeat the same thing. And we're sealing it so that it doesn't gas off and you have a blur at the bottom. We have to make it where it's touching the tumbler. This tape is non-staining, non-marking. It is not going to leave any yellow marks. So if you have amber tape, the clear tapes and stuff, they don't come in the wide sizes. So you have to get the yellow tape. And ours is non-staining, non-marking. You can find it on our website. Okay, so we're going to push up and in. All right, I'm gonna do it with this hand because my right hand is my dominant hand. I was trying to do it with the left, but that just wasn't working. I need a lot of pressure, and my right hand is my dominant hand. And then we're going to seal it. And it's going to go. So earlier today, I did some tumblers and I put it inside of a cold oven. So right now, my oven is not preheated. I'm going to put this in a cold oven and allow it to heat up and sublimate, which means I have to let it go for longer than 4 minutes. It takes about 7 minutes, I think, for this to preheat. So we're going to go bake. I'm actually going to take this up to 365 and we're going to go start. I'm going to put the timer and I'm going to put, I think it took 7 minutes to preheat. So we're going to go with 7 minutes. All right. I put it open side down. And then start. Yes, we have a bunch of wide tapes. Our tape comes in 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inches, 4 inches, and 6 inches. Watching from New York, and I use painter's tape. I struggle with dark colors. Okay. So are you, Robin, are you doing the exact same method? Are you using the 1 inch heat tape? Are you using the 2 inch heat tape and painter's tape? Are you using all 3 components? All right, so let's see. Okay. So when you do yours, are you using 1-inch heat tape? So are you still so everything else except the 2? So are you using 1-inch heat tape on your seams? Are you using 5 pieces, or are you using more? And what issues are you having with your dark tumblers? The um is it the seam? Is it just the overall color? Your tops and bottoms have ghosting. Golly, did I stick myself with that? Okay, so we're going to put this here. One of these sides, I feel like I didn't get color. All right, I'm gonna cut a little bit off because I don't feel like I see any red or pink on here. So I'm gonna cut this again because I just feel like I'm gonna have a white line. So I'm gonna cut a little bit more off just to be on the safe side. Oh, come on. If this is crooked, it will show on the tumbler. It definitely will show. Okay. I use more than 5 pieces. It always goes. Sometimes not enough time, I guess, and sometimes too long. So that means you're switching up your times. Are you using an oven? Are you using a press? I put pieces between the 5 pieces, and you're still getting ghosting on your seams, and you're using 1-inch tape, correct? Are you burnishing it down? So I only use 5 pieces. So you're not doing it. I put pieces in between the 5. Try it the exact way that I demonstrated. I know in your mind you're thinking, oh, I put more heat tape. It should make it where it's no. 5 pieces of tape, and then put painter's tape, not masking tape, painter's tape. All right. So we're going to put it like it's a taco. We're going to line it up, top and bottom. It's definitely off. I mean, you can also do it like this to make sure that it's nice and flat, because it doesn't really matter at this point where it is. So if you want to sit it flat, you can, whether it's on the bottom or on the top, to make sure that the paper is nice and leveled. And that worked. Okay. Less fiddling with it. And you just want to hold it in your hand below the center mark, so that you can take a piece, put it in the center, put it there, and pull it. Leave your thumb there and pull it over. That's going to make it nice and tight, nice and snug. Not tight, it's going to make it snug. Okay. So now I can push this up so I can have my print on the bottom and my little overlap on the top, and it's not going to shift. All right. We want to put Make sure it's not over the edge, a piece at the top. Pull it. A piece at the bottom. And then 2 pieces in between. The only time that you would need to maybe put more is if, let's say I went up too high on my center one, and then it's not an even spacing, and you want to be able to put, or went too low, and you want to put that piece of tape. But you should not have heat tape going all the way up and down the seam. Make sure that you are recording yourself when you're doing your tumblers as well. Making sure that your technique is the same. You're applying the same amount of pressure, things of that nature, okay? So I'm just going to use my squeegee and just make sure that that is down. Okay, is that the timer or is that the preheat? Okay, that was the timer. The preheat technically isn't done, so I'm going to wait for it to preheat to get finished like preheating. So it's probably going to be in there like 8 minutes. I'm going to rub my hand here and here. Take my tape, hover it over the seam, put it down before the edge. And then go over this. I'm making sure that I don't see any ripples of the paper underneath the tape, because then that means the seal is compromised, okay? So I'm just checking for that. There's the preheat, I think. All right. Then we're going to go over the top or bottom, doesn't matter which one you do first. Just want to line it up. Put it down on the other side of the seam. Pull it over the seam. Ooh, I cut it too short, but that's fine. I'm just going to put another little piece right there. Okay, I'm going to flip it over. Actually, I'm going to just go this way so I can wrap the same direction. All right, I want to pull it over the seam to ensure I'm getting a nice seal. And we're going to take that one out. What size oven? Are you using a small convection oven? Are you using an air fryer? Don't be like me. Use heat gloves. Oh, now the preheat stopped. All right, so I'm going to put that there while I finish this one. We want to cut. Hush up. All right, we're going to take our 2-inch tape. I wish I had a really big dispenser for this. All right, when you're putting it in your Oster oven, are you laying it down or standing it up? Are you rotating it or leaving it alone? For this part, since you don't have 2-inch tape, are you just using your 1-inch tape? Or are you using a thinner tape? Are you using small or thinner than 1-inch? Or are you using your 1-inch tape for this part? Since you don't have the 2. See right here? I have a little gap. This is why I like to cut it away so that I know if I have little gaps like that, that can cause air, that can cause a gap and cause gases to escape and blur off. This is why I trim it so close, but not cut into the design. Standing up, do you rotate it? I don't use a tumbler press, Nina, but you can still use this technique with your tumbler press and still get great results. Now, if somebody would like to buy me a tumbler press so that you guys can see it, I have no need for it. So I'm not interested in buying it. But if somebody wanted to go ahead and y'all wanted to send money to the Cash App to go towards the tumbler fund because y'all would like to see tutorials with that, hey. But I prefer to use an oven. So just straighten that out. I'm going to use my dominant hand. Same technique, up and over, up and over, up and over, up and over. You can pull it if need be. If you see some gaps, you can also go over it with your squeegee if you need to, if you feel like you need to. Also, if you feel like there's a gap there, you can always just take another piece of tape, put it on the edge, pull it to make sure that that is nice and sealed. Just push that down. Okay? This is how it's wrapped. All right, it's going to go in the oven. I have it actually on 365. I want to test something out, so I'm actually going to do this instead of 4 minutes. I'm going to do 5 because I want to test something out. All right, before we unwrap the first one, any questions? Anyone can chime in and ask questions. It doesn't have to be, just Robin. I'm more than welcome. I'm more than happy to help anyone who's having issues with tumblers, whether it's just dark colors, it's your technique. It's like no matter what colors you're using, you just aren't getting great seams, you're getting ghosting on the edges. I am here to help guys take advantage of the fact that you have me online right now. I'm not free of charge to get professional help. I am a professional. I teach this. I do this for a living. I am offering the opportunity to get professional help with your issues with your tumblers. So be sure to post your questions. Maybe my heat is too high. I do 385 for 5 minutes. Probably. If are you using honestly speaking sublimation paper? If you are, then that is too high. Can I use any type of painter's tape? I use the Dollar Tree one. If you want to use the expensive Scotch brand, you can. If you want to use the Green Frog tape, you can. But it needs to be painter's tape, not masking tape. Painter's tape. Painter's tape and masking tape are 2 different things. How can you use the warp tool for a 40-ounce tumbler? I did a video on that. You just have to do the measurements on it for the 40-ounce. I've never done oh wait, you're talking about the 40-ounce with the handle? You still have to do all the measurements. I've never done that one, so I don't have like a specific video for that one because I just think those are just ridiculously huge. So I have not done any of those. I haven't purchased any of those. I haven't had a need to purchase those. So I don't have like a video on that, but it would be the same thing like when I did the 30-ounce one or any taper tumbler where you would take your measurements and create the individual sections. You won't be able to go underneath. Like I wouldn't try and go like that little piece underneath. It would be for the top part and then the bottom part. Oh, come on. Oh, I forgot I put a piece of tape across. Like, why the heck is this not coming up? I forgot I had the piece of tape across it. So, all right. I'm going to take you guys into the light because right now I'm sitting in between a yellow light and a white light. So I'm going to take you guys over there. That's hot inside. This is what's left on the paper. So I'm going to show you this one because this part was the same. So this is the before. This is the after. So what do they say on Princess Diary? I give you a princess. All right, so let's go over here. Let's step into the light, Caroline. I just realized I had the words going different directions. My name is going this way. Teach is going this way. Perfectly lined up right here. It's just that one side is darker than the other. And because it's glitter and it was like a glitter that kind of had like an ombre effect, that's why it seems different here because it wasn't like one consistent glitter. I cannot wait to use this and drink from this with my dinner. That's why I was like, I had to make this tonight. I'm going to use this as I eat my dinner. I know she's cute, right? She is so cute. All right. Oh, child. This thing is going off. And I'm over here just running my mouth. Oh, snap. Oh, no. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Oh, Lord. I'm just running my mouth with y'all showing this thing, and this thing keep beeping at me. And that peacock is so cute. Y'all drop the peacocks in the comments. Hot. Okay, maybe I should let it cool down a little bit. It is hot. Very, very hot. I gotta let that cool down. This is awesome. Where have you been? Have you been gone from streaming? Not quite. I don't go live as much because when I'm doing these live videos, you guys were not engaging. So technically, like from Q&As, whenever I have like demos, I'm demoing the paper. I'm encouraging guys to go to the website and purchase your Honest Speaking paper. Like I'm on here, but I don't do any Q&As because you guys just were not engaging. So I wasn't going to keep coming on here talking to myself. Tonight, I was kind of talking to myself. Me and Robin kind of had some back and forth dialogue, but the engagement has been really low. So it's not very encouraging to keep coming on live, giving all this greatness. Like it's always great information. I don't feel like, hopefully I'm not boring to y'all. I don't know what it is where just the engagement just wasn't there. So I hadn't been doing as many lives, but I was still doing them. I've actually been live several times today. Earlier today, we did a design in Canva. Here is that tumbler that we designed in Canva. Actually, I don't know why I walked over there. I'm gonna walk y'all back. So sorry I'm making y'all seasick, but the lighting is so much better over here because it has a white light, white LED light, and the one inside the kitchen is a yellow light. So this was based off of suggestions in the live video. This was designed in Canva, printed from Silhouette Studio. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so we're gonna go back. Sorry, I'm making y'all busy. All right. So this one doesn't have any design on it. It's going to be just like this. Ready? I give you a princess. So this is just the pencil, and that's the bottom. If it sits, it don't get any white. And this is just the pencil, and I can add someone's name to this in vinyl. I do wish, you know what? I probably should have made that a solid gray. That way it actually matches all the way around. because it's like a metallic pattern, but I don't like that. So the next time I do this, I might I'm gonna make that a solid gray because you can't even really see the texture anyway. So I'm just gonna make that a solid, make it this color gray. That way it's the same all the way around. Bottom and the top. No, you don't have to. I use 651. You won't have to seal it as long as you're not doing something really, really thin. But no, I wouldn't seal it. I don't ever seal when it comes to 651. If it was glitter, yes, but just to put 651, no. I don't deal with epoxy at all or resin. There's actually two of these. And then this is mine. She's so cute. She's so cute. All right, that's all, folks. Are you still using same brand tumblers? Yes, I use Johnson's Plastics Plus. You can use the code 9PKD6. All right, I'm gonna do one more because I need to test something. So I'm going to do this one more time. Actually, you know what? I'm actually going to end this one. I'm going to do that one on TikTok. All right. So I am out of here. Thank you guys so very much for joining us. Hopefully this video helped. If you're having issues, try the technique. If you don't have 1-inch heat tape, get you some 1-inch heat tape. Get you some 2-inch heat tape. Get you some painter's tape. And try and follow the technique. If you're still having issues after you try this technique, then it probably is your tumblers. You're not going to be like, if you're constantly having issues, guys, you cannot keep doing the same thing over and over again. Like if you feel like you changed your technique, you made that change, you're still having the issues. At that point, you want to change something. You want to change the tumblers that you're using. So order some, just like order some from Amazon. There's a lot of places on there. Order some from Johnson's Plastics. Order some from the Blank Spot. They have quality tumblers. So order from someone else, right? If you do it, it's still not, try switching papers. It might be, well, if you're using on speaking paper, I can tell you it's not the paper. But if you're using a different brand, try switching paper. We have a sample pack on our website. Let me check right now and see how I don't feel. Lord Jesus, the Dolphins letting the Titans hang around. It's 10-10, end of the third quarter. I should be getting home. My family's gonna fuss at me if we lose. Like, you weren't here. You messed up the mojo. You messed up the luck. So it's 10-10, Jesus. I can't believe it. Oh my God, I don't know what they're doing. Like, they're not used to playing at nighttime. They need the sun. Like, they don't have that advantage of burning up the opponent. What is going on? It is 10-10. But should we win? When we win, I say should. When we win tonight, there's always the Fins win. If you want to try our paper, 8.5 by 14, 11 by 17 is 23% off whenever the Dolphins win. Okay. All right. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity, be incredible, and visit shop. Ooh, what the heck happened? Visit shop.hsinc365 for your sublimation ink, paper, heat tape, and more. All right, guys. Peace.